G'day, Wombat here, and in today's budget gear, we're going to take a look at the Ash Series SST by SX Guitars. So a few months ago I did a budget gear on the STL Ash Series by SX, which of course is a T-type guitar. So today I thought we'd have a look at this lovely beastie. This is the SST in the same series, the Ash Series, and it is the brother to the STL. So as you can see, it is an S-type guitar. And it's fairly standard fare in the layout for the S style of guitar, but that's kind of what you want if you're looking for that sort of guitar. So let's have a quick run through of it. It is a USA Swamp Ash body, and it is a stunner, absolute stunner. Swamp Ash just looks amazing when they just put a clear coat finish over the top and let the wood stand on its own. It really, really does look really good. The neck is Canadian maple. It is a bound neck. It's bound in a white, which sometimes gets a little lost on the side, but I think it looks kind of classy. So Canadian maple with a rosewood skunk stripe down the middle there, covering the two-way truss rod, which just looks great. Diecast Tuners on the top, which are SX branded. And I've got to say, for this price range, they are killer tuners. They really do a good job. They are smooth and they are solid. I mean, they do the job you want them to do. But they're not jerky. There's not a lot of play. So I was really impressed with those for this kind of money. Of course, it's the maple fingerboard with 21 frets. And a synthetic bone nut as well. Alright. So let's move down to the body. We have a vintage tremolo system. 3 SX single coil pickups, much like the STL had. A 5-way selector switch. And 3 controls. We have a volume and 2 tones. Now the 2 tones are wired into the middle pickup and the neck pickup, which is pretty much the way that most of these guitars are wired up, which leaves no tone control on the bridge pickup, which I've always found to be a really odd thing to do, because if any pickup on a guitar needs some sort of tone control, it's usually the bridge. But this is the way all the big brands do it, so these guys have followed suit. There's nothing wrong with that. Nice tortoiseshell, lovely scratch plate on it as well, which looks fantastic. So the neck, I think, is pretty much the same as on the STL. It's really quite thin in the hand, not real thick, but not too thin either. It's not quite a shredder's neck, but playability on it is really, really quite simple. The fret job that they've done on this is just as good as its brother. Really well finished. And considering we're talking about a recommended retail price of about 370 Australian dollars, it's a great fret job. The build quality on this is really good. Once again, 3-bolt neck on the back, which is rock solid. It's doing a great job. It's holding everything together just nicely. So let's talk about the sounds we were getting out of this particular guitar. I am, in all honesty, not a huge S-type guitar fan. There's a couple of things that kind of bother me about it, and it's not sound. I think the sound is fine. but some elements of the playability that just don't work for me personally as a player. So having said that, this played really, really nicely. The neck and the middle single coils sounded really, really nice with just a nice overdrive, so quite bluesy. Plenty of articulation. In fact, the middle position between these two was very sweet. Lots of articulation and really, really nice warmth. Played beautifully. The bridge pickup, however, was really raucous. So a little unrefined, but some people really, really like that in a guitar. It did rock just fine. I'm used to humbuckers personally, which kind of curb some of that raucousness that you get out of some bridge humbuckers. This thing was just rowdy. It really wanted to rock out hard. So I found that a little over the top for me, and a tone control would have been nice. But when you start playing single note stuff with it and give it that rock distortion and start playing single note stuff, leads and things like that, it flat out sings. I mean, this thing was just amazing. It just sang like you would not believe. It was fantastic. And the same as the middle pickup here. The middle pickup on single note stuff also sang really, really nicely. So I was totally impressed with those pickups in a solo kind of a mode. They were fabulous. So really enjoyed those. So there you go. It is a fairly standard traditional style of S-type guitar. It's not doing anything goofy or weird. No strange wiring. So if you're a beginner looking for a quality instrument, this is going to be really predictable and totally usable. And it would suit a beginner as a first guitar really, really nicely. The pickups are good. The build quality is fantastic. It looks $1,000,000. And it plays great. So you can't really go wrong. For $370 Australian, you can't go wrong. Now, shout out to Variety Music again here, because they have allowed me to bring this bad boy for you guys to have a look at. And they are doing it a little bit cheaper than the 370, so you'll have to check the website, and prices do change all the time, so make sure you do check the website. I will stick a link down below so you can do that. But that is it. 3-ply scratch plate, which is pretty good for this price level as well. So there you are, the SX Ash Series SST. Fantastic. Alright, so that's it from me today. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button down there, and thank you so much for watching. As always, rock on, guys.